Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself first. My name is Suci Sukmawati Hamdani. You can call me Suci. I'm a third semester student at Sorong State Islamic Institute, Tarbiyah Faculty, majoring in English Studies. In this meeting, I will discuss about procedure text. Welcome to our session on procedure text. We will delve into the essence of procedure text, understanding its definition, purpose, structure, characteristic, and various types to gain a deeper insight into this material. So, what is procedure text? Well, procedure text is a type of text that provides step-by-step instruction on how to do or make something. It is designed to guide us through a process, often using clear and concise language. Examples could include recipes, instruction for assembling something, or guidelines for doing a task. Next, what is the purpose of procedure text? So, the purpose of procedure text is to show how to make or to do something sequentially, step by step. Students are expected to be able to follow and organize instruction step by step. Next is structure of procedure text. First, goals contains the purpose of the procedure or what will be achieved by following the instruction. Second, materials list the items needed for the task or activity. Third, steps present the procedure in a sequential order with each step numbered or clearly outlined. Next, language features. Imperative verbs. Imperative verbs are used to give direct commands and instructions, guiding the reader on what actions to take when carrying out the task. Simple present tense. The use of simple present tense in procedure text creates a sense of immediacy and conveys that the instructions apply to the current moment. Time and sequence words. Words like first, next, then, and finally help to sequence the steps and provide a clear timeline for the reader to follow. Next, characteristic of procedure text. Clarity. The procedure text should be clear and concise, providing a straightforward explanation of the task or process and ensure that the instructions are easy to understand and follow. Precision. The proper sequence of steps in procedure text ensures that the task or process is carried out systematically and efficiently, avoiding confusion or errors along the way. Ease of following. The procedure text is designed to be easily followed by anyone, regardless of their expertise, allowing individuals to successfully complete the task or process without any difficulties. Effective use of written instruction. The procedure text conveys information effectively through written instructions, enabling clear understanding and execution of the task or process. Common types of procedure text. Recipes. Recipes provide step-by-step instructions for cooking or preparing food, including a list of ingredients and the method for combining them. Instructions. Instructions offer guidance for tasks and activities such as assembling furniture, operating equipment, or following a specific process. User manuals. User manuals provide detailed instructions for using a product, device, or software, covering setup, operation, and maintenance. How-to guides. How-to guides offer step-by-step instructions for accomplishing specific tasks, such as DIY projects, repairs, and practical skills. Conclusion. In conclusion, procedure texts provide clear guidance to perform various activities with accuracy and ease of understanding. Procedure text is a practical and informative type of text which enables individuals to understand and carry out a specific task or process precisely and clearly. That's all from me. Thank you. I hope you can get helpful knowledge from this material. Good luck. To do the exercises at this meeting, please scan the QR code below. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I will discuss material about narrative text. But before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Iyas Putra Lestari. Now let's go right to our discussion today. Before that, here is an example of narrative text. This is a fictional romance story from Twitter. Usually, three writers will write it on Twitter. On Twitter, we usually call it AU or Alternate Universe, which is a story written by a fan to bring their idol characters to life according to their wishes. What is the purpose and social function of a narrative text? The purpose of narrative text is to tell a story or recount a series of events in an engaging, entertaining way for the reader. Some narrative texts may also have didactic or instructive purpose, such as teaching moral lessons or sharing information about historical events or specific cultural tradition. And yes, narrative texts also have social functions, which include entertaining, providing information, and of course, educating the readers. And then, what is narrative text? Does anyone know? So, narrative text is a type of text that tells a story or describes a sequence of events. The purpose of narrative text is to entertain or inform the reader by presenting a series of events in a coherent and engaging way. What are the characteristics of narrative text? There are using past tense, using adverbial of time, using adjective, and using noun phrase. This is the definition, characteristic, and example of narrative text. So what I mark in green uses tools for characteristic. Number one is using past tense. Narrative text often contains past tense because they typically recount event or story that have already occurred. Using past tense helps to create a sense of time and sequence, which enable the reader to follow the plot and understand the progression of events. For example, once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a kind, generous old man. One day, as he was walking through the forest, he stumbled upon a giant's quest. Amazed, he advanced closer. So, here the past tense use is live, was walking, stumbled, amazed, and inch. Number two is using adverbial of time. Narrative texts often use adverbial of time to provide a clear structure and sense of progression to the story. For example, early one morning, Sarah decided to go for a jog in the park. As he jogged, the sun began to rise, casting a golden glow over the trees. Later that day, she met for lunch and shared her morning adventure with them. So, here the using adverbial of time is early one morning, as he jogged, and later that day. Number three, using adjective. Adjectives are words that describe or modify nouns, or put it simply, adjectives are words that give more information about nouns such as its color, shape, size, characteristic. For example, the brave knight entered the dark, mysterious forest ready to face any challenge that lay ahead. So here the using adjective is use brave, dark, and mysterious. Number four, using noun phrases. A noun phrase is a group of words that contains a noun along with any accompanying modifiers such as adjective, adverbs, or other nouns that provide more information about the main noun. Noun phrases help create detailed and provide description in stories. For example, the bright morning sun casts a golden glow on the calm waters of the lake, creating a breathtaking view. So here the using noun phrases is use the bright morning sun, the calm waters of the lake. So what does the structure of a narrative text look like? Number one, orientation. Orientation sets the stage for the story. Ideally, the orientation should answer the question who, where, and when. So when reading the orientation part, we should be able to identify the character and setting, both time and place of the story. Number two, complication. This section contains the problem that occur within a story. It is divided into three parts, namely resignation, problems begin to emerge, climax, peak of the problem, action, the tension of the problem begins to decrease, and the solution start to emerge. Number three, resolution. The resolution is the part of narrative where the conflict or problem introduced earlier in the story or resolved or addressed. This may involve characters finding a solution to their issues, overcoming obstacles, or experiencing personal growth. The resolution helps tie up loose ends, providing closure for the reader and allowing them to see how the events of the story have impacted the characters. Number four, reorientation or evaluation. Reorientation, also known as evaluation, is an optional component of a narrative text that serves to reflect on the story and is even reinforcing the moral lesson or theme. The section typically appears at the end of the story, providing a summary or commentary on the characters' experience and the consequence of their action. It helps the reader understand the significance of the story and encourages them to consider the message or lesson the author intended to convey. But it is important to note that not all narrative texts follow this exact structure. Some narratives may include additional elements, such as flashback, multiple perspectives, or non-linear timelines. Nevertheless, the basic structure described above provides a useful framework for understanding and analyzing narrative texts. Types of narrative text. The fictional narrative. A fictional narrative is a story that is not based on real events or real people. It can be novel, short story, fable, or fairy tale. Here are three examples of fictional narrative. There are Kancil and Buaya, The Wolf and the Lamb, and The Last Rapunzel. And then autobiography. An autobiography is a narrative text that tells the life story of the author written from a first-person perspective. This is an example of an autobiography, like this. And then biography. A biography is narrative text that tells the life story of someone other than the author, written from a third-person perspective. This is an example of biography. And then memoir. A memoir is a narrative text that focuses on a particular period or event in the author's life, often written from a first-person perspective. This is an example of memoir. And the last is legend. A legend is kind of a folklore. It is a traditional story that has been passed on for generations. It often explains the origin of a particular culture or society. This is an example of a legend, the legend of Surabaya. Okay, this is the discussion material about narrative text. Thank you for your attention. Here there are questions. Please answer the question. This question will make you remember the material just discussed. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself by Septia Yuningsi. I would like to share to you about exposition text. Okay, this moment we will discuss about what is exposition text, function and kind of exposition text, and example and language feature. Next is definition of exposition text. Exposition text is a type of text that aims to explain and persuade the readers about a certain topic. There are two types of exposition text in English, which are analytical exposition and hortatory exposition. Next is social function. The social function of an exposition text, particularly analytical exposition, is to persuade the reader that the presented idea is important and correct, and to analyze the topic by developing arguments to support the writer's opinions. This is achieved through the structured presentation of the writer's thesis, followed by supporting arguments and a condition. The text is designed to expand the reader's knowledge and provides a clear and accurate explanation of the topic hand. Next is types of exposition text. One is analytical text. Analytical exposition is a type of text that explains the author's opinion or argument about a phenomenon or issue or event that occurs. Analytical text convinces the reader that the topic is interesting to discuss, and the reader is expected to want to discuss the topic of the author arguments. Number 2 is hortatory exposition. Hortatory exposition is a type of text whose content aims to show the author's opinion or view so that the reader is influenced to do or not to do from his opinion. And then is generic structure. One is analytical exposition. One is thesis. This section introduces the topic of the main argument to be discussed. Next is arguments. This section consists of supporting arguments and points that elaborate on the main topic. Next is conclusion. This section contains the conclusion of the thesis and supporting arguments. Next is hortatory exposition. One is thesis. This section introduces the topic of the main argument to be discussed. Next is arguments. This section consists of supporting arguments and points that elaborate on the main topic. And the last is recommendation. This section contains what the reader should do, characterized by the word should or must or have to. And next is the language feature of exposition text. Using the simple present and use conjunction and use words that express thoughts, my opinion, blah blah blah, and feeling, and I feel blah blah blah, and use cause and effect. For example, is because heavy rain cause we can go to NCT concert is effect, and because of the heavy rain we can go to NCT concert. Next is analytical exposition example. Title is Forest Conversation. One is stating thesis. Forests, the oldest and most diverse ecosystem, are important for their products. Next is supporting arguments. One is the leaves which have fallen to the ground become some kind of substance. Second is thus the fields can produce more crops. And the last is reiteration, asking our people to stop destroying the forest and conducting the campaign for forest conservation. Next is hortatory exposition. Example. Here there is a speech as an example of hortatory exposition. Thesis. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this occasion, I would like to deliver my opinion about the use of plastic bags in our daily life. Agree with the Greenpeace campaign to reduce and limit the use of plastic bags. When we go shopping, we often get a plastic bag to carry in the thing we buy. In fact, plastic bags are really needed. However, they are dangerous for the environment and our own health. Next is argument. First, plastic bags need a long time to decompose. Plastic bags take up to 1,000 years to decompose on arguments. Land and 550 years in the water. Too much plastic bags was will pollute our environment. Second, plastic bags are also dangerous for our health. Based on the result of the research by Drugs and Food Control, colored plastic bags are very dangerous for health if we use them to keep food. This is because colored plastic bags are resold products and their previous history is not known. They may have been used to carry in pesticide containers, hospital wards, heavy metal walls, and so on. Meanwhile, the long-term consequences of the use of these plastic bags can lead to various diseases such as cancer, kidney disorders, and others. And the last is recommendation. Based on the fact, I believe that we should be aware to the dangers of using too much plastic product in our daily life. I suggest the plastic bags should not be used anymore. And please, if you understand my explanation, please scan the barcode to practice question. And then that's all for me. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. How are you today? Before we start learning today, it would be nice to start by reading Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The material we will discuss at this meeting is related to exploring imagination, creative writing. What is the definition of creative writing? Does anyone know? Okay, so creative writing is a form of writing that prioritizes imaginative, innovative, and personal expression. The goal of creative writing is to express ideas, emotions, and imaginations in original and unique way. Through creative writing, one can entertain, inspire, or provoke the reader's thoughts. Additionally, creative writing allows writers to explore different narrative styles, develop characters, and create compelling fictional or non-fictional worlds. Then, how important is creative writing? Creative writing skills are important because in creative writing we can express ourselves as a means of developing thinking, effective communication, and improving general or overall writing skills, including in the academic and professional fields. The meaning is the ability to write creatively holds numerous benefits. By expressing ideas, emotions, and imaginations in unique and personal way through creative writing, one can reveal their thoughts and feelings. Additionally, the process of creative writing fosters critical thinking, enhances communication skills through more persuasive means, and overall improves one's writing abilities, which is advantageous both academically and professionally. The next is the importance of freedom of expression. Freedom of expression is important because the first is democracy. Supports the exchange of ideas and information critical to maintaining a democratic society. The second is innovation. Encourage the development of ideas and innovation by providing space for variations in views and approaches. The third is intercultural understanding. Building intercultural understanding and tolerance through the exchange of ideas and experience. The fourth is individual development. Enables individuals to express themselves, enrich personal experience, and build their unique identity. The fifth is creative process. Supports creative process in art. science, and innovation by providing space for diversity of expression. Last but not least, criticism and social change. Facilitates constructive criticism of unjust policies and practices and promotes positive social change. Then, there are various types of creative writing, including short stories, poetry, novels, and scenarios. These are just brief examples, but creative writing provides the freedom to explore various genres and forms of literary work. Ideas and inspiration can come from personal experience, imagination, or even everyday observation. This is an example of a type of creative writing in the form of a short story, and the title is The Forbidden Door. Creative moments around us. Various everyday moments that can be used as inspiration. For example, we can see in the picture below. The first picture shows the theme of a trip to school. The second picture shows the theme of meeting new friends. Then the third picture shows the theme of hanging out with family. And there are many more moments or events around us that can be used as a reference for creative writing. So, the conclusion is creative writing is the art of conveying ideas, stories, or feelings in a unique and interesting way. In expressing creative through words, it is important to keep writing short, concise, and clear. This allows the reader to feel the essence of the story without losing focus. Well, that's our material for today on creative writing. Are there any questions? Okay, if there aren't any, I think you all have understood this material. Then I will give you a creative writing assignment. You can see here there is a QR code that you can scan, then later be directed to the form that I have met before for you to do the task. It is clear enough. Okay, then we will end today's lesson by saying Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Thank you for your participating this morning. See you next week in class. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.